The Church of Scientology, a controversial religious organization, finds itself at the heart of a new scandal. Known for its secretive practices and high-profile celebrity members, the church has always been a subject of public intrigue and scrutiny. This time, however, the controversy is not about hushed-up abuses or celebrity defections. Instead, the spotlight shines on allegations of data sharing with Facebook, a tech giant already embroiled in numerous privacy issues. This time, it's not about hushed-up abuses or celebrity defections. The Church of Scientology has been accused of sharing personal data of its members with Facebook, raising eyebrows and concerns across various sectors. The allegations suggest a deep and troubling collaboration between the religious organization and the social media behemoth. Instead, the spotlight shines on allegations of data sharing with Facebook. The lawsuit, filed in February 2025, claims that the church provided personal information of its members and adherents to the social media giant. This data transfer allegedly occurred without the knowledge or consent of those involved, sparking outrage and concern among privacy advocates and the general public alike. A lawsuit, filed in February 2025, claims that the church provided personal information of its members and adherents to the social media giant. The suit alleges that this data transfer occurred without the knowledge or consent of those involved. This revelation has sent shockwaves through both the tech and religious worlds, raising serious questions about privacy and data security. The suit alleges that this data transfer occurred without the knowledge or consent of those involved. The implications of such an act are profound, as it not only breaches the trust of the church's followers but also highlights the vulnerabilities in data protection laws. People are now questioning how much of their personal information is truly safe, and who has access to it. This revelation has sent shockwaves through both the tech and religious worlds, raising serious questions about privacy and data security. Experts are debating the ethical and legal ramifications of such data sharing practices. How did this partnership between the church and Facebook come to be? What were the motivations behind it? These are questions that demand answers as the case unfolds. This case is particularly noteworthy due to Scientology's long history of secrecy and its often combative relationship with critics. The church has always been known for its aggressive stance against those who question its practices. This new scandal adds another layer to its already complex and controversial narrative. Critics argue that this is just another example of the church's disregard for ethical boundaries. The church has yet to issue a formal response to the lawsuit. However, given its history, a vigorous defense is anticipated. The Church of Scientology is known for its legal battles and its readiness to defend itself against any allegations, no matter how serious. The public and media are eagerly waiting to see how the church will respond to these new accusations. However, knowing their history, a vigorous defense is anticipated. Legal experts predict a long and drawn-out battle in the courts, with both sides presenting compelling arguments. The outcome of this case could set a significant precedent for how religious organizations handle personal data and their accountability in the digital age. The outcome of this legal battle could have far-reaching implications for data privacy. It raises concerns about the boundaries between religious institutions and technology companies. How much power should these entities have over our personal information? And what safeguards need to be in place to protect individuals from unauthorized data sharing? It raises concerns about the boundaries between religious institutions and technology companies. As the world becomes increasingly digital, the lines between different sectors blur, making it crucial to establish clear guidelines and regulations. This case serves as a wake-up call, reminding us of the importance of data privacy and the need for stringent measures to protect it. To understand the gravity of this situation, it's essential to grasp the nature of the Church of Scientology. This organization, often shrouded in mystery and controversy, has a complex and multifaceted history that has intrigued and alarmed people worldwide. Its practices, beliefs, and the way it operates have been subjects of intense scrutiny and debate for decades. Founded in 1954 by science fiction author L. Ron Hubbard, Scientology is based on a complex system of beliefs and practices. Hubbard, a prolific writer, claimed to have discovered fundamental truths about the human mind and spirit, which he compiled into a body of work known as Dianetics. This became the foundation of Scientology, a religion that promises spiritual enlightenment and freedom. These center around the idea of freeing the human spirit through a process called auditing. Auditing involves the use of an e-meter, a device that measures the electrical resistance of the skin, which Scientologists believe can help uncover and address past traumas and negative experiences. This process is said to lead to a state of clear, where an individual is free from the subconscious barriers that hinder their spiritual growth. Scientology has attracted a considerable following, including high-profile celebrities. Figures like Tom Cruise and John Travolta have been vocal supporters, bringing significant attention and a degree of legitimacy to the church. These endorsements have helped Scientology maintain a high public profile and attract new members, leveraging the influence and reach of its celebrity adherents. However, it has also been dogged by controversy since its inception. Allegations of abusive practices, financial exploitation, and aggressive tactics against critics have plagued the church. These controversies have sparked numerous protests and have led to widespread public skepticism and criticism. Critics often accuse it of being a cult-like organization that employs manipulative techniques and harasses dissenters. Former members and investigative journalists have reported on the church's alleged use of intimidation, surveillance, and legal action to silence opposition. These tactics have only fueled further criticism and concern about the organization's true nature and intentions. Scientology's controversial practices have resulted in numerous legal battles and investigations over the years. Governments and legal authorities in various countries have scrutinized the church's activities, leading to high-profile court cases and ongoing legal disputes. These legal challenges have often centered on the church's tax-exempt status, labor practices, and allegations of abuse. These range from allegations of financial fraud and tax evasion to claims of human rights abuses and forced disconnection from family members who leave the church. The policy of disconnection, where members are encouraged or forced to cut ties with non-Scientologist family and friends, has been particularly controversial and has led to heartbreaking stories of families being torn apart. The organization has consistently denied any wrongdoing. In response to the numerous allegations and legal challenges, Scientology representatives have maintained that the church is a legitimate religious organization that is being unfairly targeted. They argue that their practices are misunderstood and that their critics are motivated by prejudice and a lack of understanding. It maintains that it operates within the bounds of the law and that its critics are motivated by religious bigotry. The Church of Scientology asserts that it is a victim of religious persecution and that its efforts to help individuals achieve spiritual freedom are genuine and beneficial. Despite the ongoing controversies, Scientology continues to attract followers and remains a significant and polarizing presence in the landscape of modern religious movements. The heart of the current lawsuit revolves around the alleged sharing of user data between the Church of Scientology and Facebook. This case has garnered significant attention due to the serious nature of the allegations and the high-profile entities involved. The plaintiffs argue that the Church of Scientology, a controversial organization with a long history of secrecy and control, has overstepped its bounds in a way that could have far-reaching implications for privacy rights and data security. The lawsuit claims that the church provided personal information of its members to Facebook without their knowledge or consent. This alleged data sharing is said to have included sensitive personal details that members believed were kept confidential. The breach of trust has left many feeling vulnerable and betrayed, raising questions about the ethical responsibilities of organizations that collect and manage personal data. This information, according to the lawsuit, included names, addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, and even details about their involvement in Scientology practices. Such detailed data could potentially be used to track individuals' movements, monitor their communications, and even manipulate their social interactions. The implications of such surveillance are profound, touching on issues of personal freedom and autonomy. The alleged purpose of this data transfer remains unclear. While some speculate that it could be part of a broader strategy to control and influence members, others believe it might be linked to financial incentives or partnerships. The lack of transparency has only fueled further speculation and concern among the public and privacy advocates. However, the lawsuit suggests that it was part of a targeted advertising campaign to attract new members and silence critics. By leveraging the vast amount of data collected, the church could create highly personalized ads that resonate with specific individuals, making their recruitment efforts more effective. This tactic, while innovative, raises ethical questions about the manipulation of personal data for organizational gain. The lawsuit further alleges that the church used this data to create targeted advertising campaigns on Facebook. These campaigns were not just about promoting Scientology's teachings, but also about countering negative perceptions and criticisms. By targeting individuals who had expressed dissent, the church aimed to suppress negative narratives and maintain a positive public image. These campaigns, according to the suit, promoted Scientology's teachings and services. They highlighted the benefits of joining the organization, showcasing success stories and testimonials from satisfied members. The goal was to present Scientology in a positive light, attracting new followers while retaining existing ones. They also allegedly targeted individuals who had expressed criticisms of the organization, aiming to counter negative narratives and suppress dissent. This approach has been criticized as an attempt to stifle free speech and manipulate public opinion. The use of personal data in this manner raises serious ethical and legal questions about the boundaries of acceptable behavior for organizations. The lawsuit accuses both the Church of Scientology and Facebook of violating privacy laws and engaging in deceptive practices. If proven true, these allegations could have significant repercussions for both entities, potentially leading to substantial fines, regulatory changes, and a loss of public trust. The outcome of this case could set a precedent for how personal data is handled and protected in the future, making it a landmark moment in the ongoing debate over privacy and data security. The allegations against Scientology and Facebook raise significant legal and ethical questions about data privacy and freedom of religion. On the legal front, the lawsuit alleges violations of data protection laws, which prohibit organizations from sharing personal information without explicit consent. The outcome of this case could have substantial ramifications for how religious institutions handle personal data and interact with technology companies. Beyond the legal implications, the case also raises ethical concerns about transparency and trust. The alleged sharing of personal information without consent undermines the fundamental right to privacy and raises questions about the ethical responsibilities of both religious organizations and technology companies in the digital age. The case highlights the growing need for clear guidelines and regulations surrounding data privacy, particularly when it comes to sensitive information related to religious beliefs and affiliations.